Hello, Julie here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm sharing with you my design team layout for the February challenge over at Off The Rails Scrapbooking. The theme for February is funny, and these photos on my layout capture a funny moment my husband and I shared with our granddaughter involving her sun hat. So I've got three photos. One is 4 inches by 5 1/4 and two of them are 3 inches by 4 inches. I've got a piece of white cardstock that I don't end up using, and I'm going to use this DCWV Love Grace paper pad. I've flicked through my paper pad and I've picked out 5 pages that I'm going to use. I do only end up using 4 of these. I've selected these 3 papers to be layered in this order. So with the butterfly paper I'm going to cut that to 8 inches by 7 3/4. The apricot paper will be 10 1/4 by 6 3/4, and the blue will be 11 1/4 by 5 3/4. For my background I'm going to use the white cardstock with a fine gold stripe through it. I'm going to mat my photos on some white cardstock. My photo mats will measure 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and the 2 smaller photos will be matted on 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. So very fine mat around them. Now that I've got my papers cut to size, I'm going to use my Kaisercraft black ink cube to ink around the edge of all of the papers and the photo mats. While I was doing that, I decided I wanted to have a couple of strips of pattern paper at the top and bottom of my layout, so I cut 2 strips 1/2 inch by 12 inch of the blue and 2 1/4 inch by 12 inch of the apricot. To add a little bit more interest to the background, I used my Artiste spritzing ink in gold and just made some splatters all over the place. I wasn't too worried about getting it in the middle of the layout, but I wanted to make sure I got plenty around the edge. While I was waiting for that to dry, I used double-sided tape to attach my photos to their mat. The photos were actually cut from a calendar that my granddaughter gave me for Christmas in 2019. To make a couple of fishtail strips that go across my layout, I cut a floral piece that was 10 3/4 inches by 4 1/4, and the apricot piece is 9 1/2 by 2. I found the centre on each end and then cut in about 3/4 of an inch to make my fishtails. Now that my background's dry and all of my pattern layers are ready, I have stuck double-sided tape on the back of all of them, so I'm just going to go ahead now and attach them to my layout. I have a bit of a play around with the positioning of my photos here, and I changed what I had originally decided to do, but now that I've changed it to this layout, I'm quite happy with it. When it comes time to attach my photo, I decide that I want to mount this larger photo, so I use my glue to attach some chipboard scraps to the back of it and then use glue to attach it to my layout. I'm going to use these alpha stickers to create my title. I'm not sure what brand they are, but they're called Popsicle is the style of the letters. I'm going to attach those to my ruler so I can get them straight. So I've got lines on my ruler, I can line them up perfectly and then use that to attach the letters to my layout. I've got some wood veneer hearts and arrows from my stash, and I'm going to paint the hearts with an acrylic paint that's a pearl finish, and it's called Sparkling Sapphire. And I'm going to paint the arrows with a metallic paint called Solid Gold. Just a reminder to pop over to Off The Rails Scrapbooking and check out their challenge for this month. The theme is funny, so any funny photos. I will put a link in the description box below. To help my title stand out a little bit, I'm going to use my Uniball Eye Micro Black pen and just do a scribbly sort of border around the outside of it. When my wood veneer pieces are dry, I use my art glitter glue to attach them to my layout. I put one little heart on each of the photos and some of the 3 arrows on each side pointing in towards the photos. For a little bit of extra embellishment, I cut 3 butterflies from this paper. I cut 2 apricot and 1 blue. I inked around the edge of them and then attached them to my layout using a bit of glue. For a final touch and a little bit of sparkle, I used my Uniquely Creative Sparkle brush in clear and go over my title. The bandage on my hand that you have seen throughout this video is the result of being bitten by a little dog, and luckily enough no real damage and everything is well and truly on its way to being mended. Thank you for watching my video today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and don't forget I'm going to put a link below to Off The Rails Scrapbooking. Go over and check out their challenge. I'm sure you must have lots of funny photos that you could scrap. There is a prize on offer each month, so check it out. And if you're not already a subscriber to my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe, and if you click the bell next to the subscribe button and then select all, you'll be notified when I upload each video. So thank you once again, and I hope you can join me for my next video. Bye.